Oh, come on. Welcome to the Adventures of Danny and Mike, the Pensacon edition. Yes.
This is the furthest south we've ever done the pod.
Yeah, that's true. We've hit the Central Time Zone. I'm sorry I wasn't privy to that information. This 1 hour is really messing me up. You know?
It's a long way from Tallahassee.
Oh, gosh, you wake up at 7 a.m. and you think it's 8 a.m. Oh.
So my body thinks it's 8 p.m. now? Mm-hmm. I want to thank everybody who came here. This show was free, right? The show was free?
Yes, it's, well, you know, hey, you got to get a, yeah, it's a perk with the badge, you know? We're perks guy. Oh, please.
I've been called worse.
Thank you so much.
You're a peach. How about you?
He's a Pete.
How about you?
Oh, all right, thank you very much. That's our show.
Thank you for coming out. We're grateful because we haven't done a lot of sitting at tables at chairs today already, and you haven't either. You've been walking around.
So yeah, you guys take a load off, and we'll continue to schlep around.
We're gonna turn the tables on you.
No. See, that's a video in-person joke that the podcast people are not going to get. So for the listener,
they're growing increasingly skeptical, and I see a lot of crossed arms out there, and the furrowed brow that my son makes whenever he eats a new food.
Loosen up, people! Come on, it's Friday night. That's right. Look at that. See, that's all you got to do, Mike. You just got to say it's Friday night. I didn't know you could do something like that.
Yeah, well, you can get away with a lot when you're in the prostate gland of America's wang. What else would Pensacola be, really? What else would you think of Pensacola as? Like, anatomically.
Anatomically. But with the what?
What is the taint? What does the taint lie beneath? What lies beneath the taint?
Deep. Michael C. Morona, everybody, getting very deep.
I guess it's different for everyone.
Well,
it ain't no surprise that you and I have been together for this many years.
Yeah, going on what? I've known you since I was 7 years old, and I'm 36 years old. So 29 years.
So how is it that I've known you for 30 years?
Because I lied about my age.
I bought the beer.
Easy.
I bought the beer. You didn't have to lie about your age.
Well, we don't have to talk about this in front of these people.
So
he bought me beer underage. What do you want?
We've been fake brothering.
Statute of limitations, man. That's all. You just say that. Statute of limitations, man. That's it.
I usually say like castle doctrine or something like that.
Is that your safe word? Because that's a good one. Castle doctrine. I'm sorry.
There's no safe words here. There's no safe words in Pensacola. I think every word possibly could mean something. So there's no safe words.
Gosh, he's just full of them today, folks. I tell you. Sitting here signing his name, looking at pictures of himself at 13 to 17 years old. People being like, wow, you're 39 now?
And then I have to correct them and say I'm 40.
Ooh.
And then the whole time I'm looking at pictures of you at 7. So,
Yeah, that's not creepy. Certainly not creepy.
Upside down, so it's not.
It's the chin show. You can just...
If I take it away, you're just back like Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan again.
Oh, come on. That's true. You guys, you can Google that and get a laugh later. If you Google Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan.
It might not be a laugh.
She's my doppelganger. I'm her doppelganger because she's older than I am. And we do have the same barber.
And the same baseball team.
And the same baseball team, that's right. She's the New York Metropolitans.
I figured that we would be able to get to Port St. Lucie that is not on the same side of Florida as we are.
Sorry, dude. That bummed you out?
Yeah, I thought, like, you and I have gone to Mets games and done not too many very brotherly things. We've gotten embarrassed together. We parked on the side of the highway together and walked to the baseball stadium because somebody didn't want to pay for parking.
Hey, man, that's me. I know the good spots to park that are free and that you might only get stuck in if it rains because the mud. But when you have a 2-door Nissan Altima, you're screwed. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. You just got to wait for the mud to dry out.
So April.
Yep. Yeah. It's been sitting there pushing 9 months now.
We've done a couple of brother type things. We've gone to the baseball game. Did we ever get to Nathan's? Did we ever do like a hot dog eating contest?
That would be cute though if you and I both ate hot dogs from either end, like Lady and the Tramp style. Is that what you're talking about?
No, but I can see where your mind is going.
Well, that's where my mind was going. That's the kind of brotherly stuff I thought we'd be doing.
You're really feeding off the energy of the crowd here. I think you're getting sort of like that vibe. The nostalgia vibe.
Oh, yeah, nostalgia vibe. That's true.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you get bit with the nostalgia bug. I think everybody here is hit with a little bit of the nostalgia bug, right? Yeah? Yeah. That's me. Yes, Little Pete. Wasn't awkward telling everybody I was the Little Pete. Hey, you're in college. Hey, what's going on? Hey, nice to meet you. What are you? I was Little Pete. Aww.
Why are you still in college?
Oh, I don't know. I put myself in that,
Bam! Nostalgia again. You're back in the past. Live in the now, man.
Get the net. No, you can't do that because you're quoting Wayne's World, and that in itself is a nostalgic thing. Our lives are terrible, folks. It's really.
As if, man. As if.
I think.
I have no doubt that I live in the present.
Yes.
Zero doubt.
That you live in the present?
Yeah, now to drink some of this beautiful Disney water.
You haven't told any of these people out here what you do for a living.
I went from the cushiest job on the acting set, the acting part, to the filthiest job on the set, which is pulling the cables through the mud. That I joined the union as an electrician. After really getting into what the crew did on Pete and Pete. They were just had very creative solutions to a lot of filmmaking problems. And I do a filthy job, and I'm good at it. But recently, I was injured, and if you listened to the last podcast, you would know that, so I don't spoil that content for anybody, right?
Yeah, no, don't want to spoil that, but tell them what kind of shows you're working on, because it's Pensacon-esque.
Oh, the which shows that I did base camp on. I worked on a couple of Marvel Netflix shows in the past. I was working on Jessica Jones. Deal. Which are a big deal?
I said no big deal.
Jessica
I'm hyping
Jones.
You up, Mike.
I'm getting hyped. I worked on Jessica Jones. I worked on Luke Cage, and I worked on Iron Fist. And if all the actors look well rested, it's because their trailers were well powered up by me. Early in the morning.
Yeah, give a nice round of applause for Michael C. Morona.
Early in the morning, I worked with Wai Ching Ho, who's played Madame Gao, and she's here at the Pensacon. I don't know if there's any.
Did you say hello?
I hadn't been able to yet.
Are you going to?
I'll try to. I just don't want to.
Can I mean it?
I don't want to pay for an autograph. You know what I mean? Let's trade. Didn't we do that at a con?
I think all you have to do is go back in your emails and find a call sheet and just slip it to her and be like, "Look, you and me, we worked together once."
Right, but I don't have the call sheet, so I'll have to print it back out and be like, "I reprinted this from 2 years ago. Does this jog your memory?" No, it's not going to help.
I'm just trying to help. Sorry.
You're not helping. It was a fun job. It was a filthy and cold job. And rewarding, but it didn't injure me like I've recently been injured. I'm moving on.
Oh, he's moving on. He was injured.
What? What did you have? Like an autograph signing injury? Do you have any rock?
I burned myself in an oven. It was a mistake, an honest mistake.
But you don't work as a chef.
That is true.
Couldn't you see him as a chef though?
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm a chef?
The Italian last name.
Okay, yeah. You have 3 syllables and your name ends in a vowel, you can be a chef.
I'm not jolly, though. Not like you. You've got a certain joie de vivre.
Okay, Michael.
Joie de vivre.
Wow, I was pushing the Marvel thing so I could continue to bring out our guest. So,
well, let's bring him out then, because this is going nowhere.
Way to segue that, you know what I mean? You can do it.
Michael Nathanson.
There you go. Hey.
New York product, Michael Nathanson.
Oh, a fellow New Yorker.
Whoa!
You can. What?
Welcome. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yep.
We've just been informed of some developments. This is Michael Nathanson.
Hi.
Dan.
Hi.
Previously,
I come from theater, so I don't even need a microphone.
Well, we come from the podcast.
You have to record it.
Where
it
we
has to
need
be recorded.
that. We need
I
that.
forgot.
So
I
you're
forgot.
contractually
Sorry.
obligated to use the microphone for another 46 minutes and 10, 9,
for the
8.
listener,
You get it.
Michael came from theater, so he doesn't need to use a microphone.
But
You
you can
have to repeat
project
it because I didn't say it into the microphone for the podcast.
Previously, it was like even Danny and Mike, but now you're outnumbered.
Yeah,
and I have a
bye.
Michael on
Dude,
my
is there
side.
a third Michael we could get up here to get rid of this guy?
There is always a Michael. Hey,
There's
Michael
always
Dow.
a Michael. We
Yeah,
know
that's
that
right. There's a
Michael.
Mike right there.
There's
Hi.
another
Are there
Michael.
any Daniels to balance this out? Okay, somebody's been. Okay, so
And we'll play kickball later, and we'll see who gets
Okay.
picked first.
we could have a duel, and now we know we have seconds. Ew, somebody will back us up.
we have seconds like you'll eat one of them.
No, like the person
I got
who
it.
loads your
Sorry.
gun for
Yeah,
you.
don't do. Look,
I go straight to cannibalism.
You know what? I didn't give you the full briefing. Just regard most of what Michael says.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Welcome
It's
to
like-
the
so,
Mike.
yeah,
Welcome to the
so-
Danny podcast.
So this is another
it's still the
Adventures
Danny
of
and Mike
here.
podcast.
Yeah, right. It's
weird.
It's a weird thing that goes on over there.
No.
It's the feathered hair mostly.
I'm feeling it.
It's not that feathered. That's not feathered.
I mean, that
lush.
is
It's
some
lush.
shaggy hair for.
Is it
for
layered?
This man.
Is it layered for you? Is it too layered?
Might be a little.
For the
I
listener,
would have you. I would cut the sides a little bit more.
for the listener, you're missing out on some primo toss.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, we're doing a podcast, and it's not for just the people here. For the listener,
I can't believe 4,000 people showed up for this.
I know, right?
At-
It really is. It's something.
It's insane.
we're in. We're
mean,
in.
you know-
What is this? A former theater that's now a church.
Is that what this is? Yeah. Okay.
Can I get an amen? Amen. They're being quite good about letting us in here, right?
Why is that? Why?
Because we hid what we were going to do, what the point of the podcast was, which was the cannibalism.
Oh yeah. They told us we couldn't do that here. I don't know why.
Maybe it's the large wooden cross off of stage right. Left.
He doesn't come from theater, apparently.
No, I'm always on the other side.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Usually, you're the guy with the playbill going, this is your seat over here to the right.
No, I'm sitting in the seats, man. I'm a spectator. I'm a theater spectator.
This is a Homer Simpson indicator. We got to get you more active.
Wait a second. Why? What does that mean? Oh,
We've been sitting all day. We're sitting in
Yes.
front of the audience.
he says Homer Simpson indicator is like oh you're drinking.
I
He
see,
uses
I
that as a
see.
drinking thing for me. I don't know
or
why.
sedentary, or mean, or stupid, or
Wow.
or
Yeah,
fatherly.
You guys
Or
still
fatherly.
love each other
Look,
after all
I
these
mean,
years.
after all these years, right? It's 29 years of
30,
friendship.
30 for me,
30
somehow.
for him because I lied. Because I'm a dirty, dirty liar. And being up on this stage because it's a church now, I'm feeling like I'm burning a little bit.
Nothing
Now
in this
that I
theater
know
looks
that,
like a
I
church.
didn't know that before. I just thought like maybe I got a little sunburn, but I didn't. Wasn't that sunny today? So how
are you
could I have
talking
been
about?
That sunburn. I'm burning up here because
Oh, it was very humid out here today in
was
Pensacola.
humid, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we were walking around this morning looking for a breakfast joint, and we almost keeled over just walking down the street. It was so humid.
gosh.
But I come from New York, so we don't know what humidity is really.
Are there any dead cosplayers out there in the audience? Anybody die today?
Yeah,
of
any dead?
exposure?
Who's dead? Raise your hand.
Completely dead.
So we took an Uber to breakfast today, and the Uber driver, when we were coming out back to the convention, wasn't really I guess there's not a lot of pedestrian traffic in Pensacola other than Pensacon. And this woman was walking across the street and the Uber driver didn't see, and we came within like a centimeter of tragedy, folks. It would have been.
This would have
on
been
the
a fun
news.
podcast.
It would have been a much more somber podcast. I mean, still here in a church, you could.
Depends
feel
on who
like
the
you're-
person was.
I think
Let's be honest.
we'll have the memories because she had Wonder Woman socks on. Otherwise,
then it
a
would've been sad.
completely
Then it would've been sad.
otherwise a completely normal person.
Full disclosure, I think we distracted the driver because we were telling jokes. So it could have. We could
So
have been.
you could have been
It could have been
murderers.
our fault. So we could have been held responsible.
Nice.
So but thanks to that humidity, the car stopped because the air is so thick. So there's
that extra.
I just blame it. I'm blaming the weather for
that's
it.
That's a great. Yeah.
You don't agree?
This
that
is the
humidity stopped the car.
Yeah.
This is the most
I know
New
you're not a
Yorker.
scientist.
I'm
but
not at all. I don't think that makes any sense.
Okay, well,
we walked
okay,
into town.
Agree
but I
to
guess-
disagree.
You
know
found a
what? It was
breakfast.
me. Actually, I think it was me, the
was
person
it?
you almost hit. No,
Interesting.
No.
Were you wearing Wonder Woman socks?
No. What am I?
You
no.
found a
You got good
breakfast
socks
joint.
on for the listener.
Yeah.
Michael has good socks on.
Do I?
Yeah, they're nice.
Usually I wear Star Wars socks or Batman and Robin socks or something like more fun. But right now I have.
There's so many Batman
They're
and
just, like,
Supermans
striped.
walking around. Like you can't compete with the socks.
I can't compete
You
with
have
anything
people
here.
in cosplay. The socks do not compete.
Yeah,
with
no,
them.
no one sees the socks. It's just for me.
For a con, do you pack special, like maybe themed, whatever? I know I saw you the other day in a John Carpenter sweatshirt.
Yeah, that's just my favorite hoodie, and I like to wear hoodies when I travel on planes. Right? Doesn't everybody like to wear a hoodie on a plane? I like to put the hood on and then
Shut the world out.
See, I
disappear
take,
into
I
my
take
hoodie.
it off and I use it as a pillow because
do
I'm a
you?
window seat man.
I'm an aisle person. I get claustrophobic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate them both. I'm a middle seat man.
I actually don't like flying at all.
That's
Yeah, you're a middle
that's
seat
it.
guy.
I mean, that is a
I
true
resent,
story.
I resent them
person.
both endless. Like I just
We-
sit there. I don't sleep. I just look this way.
I
and
actually
I you go.
no. I was
watch other people's movies over their seats. I can't be bothered to turn my own screen on. I'm just like, oh yeah.
I tend to look at other people
300
what they're watching on planes. I love
Just seeing what they are watching.
yeah, and the sort of disparity between the person that who's watching and then what they're watching. Sometimes I love when it makes no sense.
Yeah, well, the guy in the middle seat watching Fox News, the guy on the aisle seat watching CNN,
And me in the middle
and
going,
you're
what do
like,
you want
oh
from
boy,
me?
Yeah.
please don't get into conversation. Oh, I beg of you.
Goodfellas, I got that.
I prepped actually for this. There was a mom and two young girls directly across the aisle from me watching two different My Little Pony Friendship is Magic shows simultaneously. What I like about finding out what other people are watching is it's even how great is it to be in an airplane? It's even less effort than picking up your finger and going like this and trying to find something you like. It's just, I'll look and see what they're watching, and I'll look and see what they're watching. So I caught up on My Little Pony for a minute, and then I realized,
Is it good without sound?
no. No, you miss so much.
The best is when I'm driving and I have twin 4-year-old girls.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're always supposed
Please.
to applaud for people when they talk
When they have-
about that
I've
they
got- I
they
have
procreated.
kids.
You're supposed to applaud in a show like this.
Thank you.
I procreated.
Thank you for showing
It
us.
worked.
Yeah.
It worked. With a little help, but anyway. No. The best
$1
is when,
in a dream, right?
Yeah, more than $1. So when they're in the back and they're watching competing or playing with competing things in the car. One's got a Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood episode on, and one's got a I don't know, pick one.
Little
Bob
Einstein.
the Builder.
No, I have girls.
Peppa Pig.
Little Einstein.
My kids don't like Bob the Builder. The girls, it's a very weird gender-based thing.
Yeah.
Girls like princesses when they're kids. I don't know why. It's weird. My kids just sort of gravitated to all that stuff. I'm not trying to start a thing or anything. I'm just saying it's weird.
I'm taking notes.
You're thinking
Silent in here.
You're thinking of having a kid as well?
Well, it might happen. I'm getting married.
Tonight.
I think Zelda. Zelda's
huh?
probably a good middle ground for you and your daughters to meet at. You know what I mean? It's action and princess.
I'm trying to get them into Star Wars, and I got them into it. Started to get them into it through. Star Wars is great.
Wow.
Star Wars is great.
I have a kid too.
That's it.
Yeah, we were talking about our
Okay.
kids
Oh, yeah,
earlier.
good. All right.
He's got a
Yeah.
kid, and we live near each other.
We're neighbors.
You were neighbors in New York, and we both have children. It's amazing. It's amazing.
But you don't want
people
your
living
kids.
near
You don't
each
want
other
your
in New
kids to
York.
play with his right now because his kid's got the Coxsackie virus.
Yeah, don't say that 3 times.
Coxsackie,
'Cause it's-
Coxsackie, Coxsackie.
but-
Now that's
Good
going to
job.
show up.
No,
It's just
Oh,
Usually
are
if
you
you say-
superstitious? Oh my gosh!
no, I meant 3 times. By the 3rd time you say it, it'll just say the other word.
and I meant like Candyman.
Oh.
Like it's going to show up here.
Yeah, it might. You probably have it.
Oh God,
If she has it, you have it.
He puts his fingers in my mouth and stuff. And,
Oh my God! And we've been sharing drinks all day. They only keep giving us one water bottle.
Your
at the
idea,
table. We have
the
to
crazy
share it.
straw was your idea with the heart shape in it, though. That was your idea.
It was just for an Instagram photo op. That's
So
it.
I have this John Carpenter sweatshirt.
It's a sweet hoodie.
Yeah, it's got the it's like a drawing of the wolf on the back, and it says John Carpenter's The Thing. It says The Thing in the front, and I got it when I went to see John Carpenter live in New York play his weird concerts. Anyone seen John Carpenter live do his like music concerts? Does anyone here know who John Carpenter is? Anyone here over the age of 25?
No.
Come on, there's people
John
here.
Carpenter is amazing.
He had a kid too, right?
He had, yeah. His kid is in his band. His kid is in his band with him.
What's the name of the band?
It's just John Carpenter.
It's
The John Carpenter Project.
The John Carpenter experience. He's like this weird. He's turned into this like ghoulish old man, and he stands there. This is a John Carpenter concert, okay? And I air quoted podcast listeners.
For the listener.
Yeah. So, because it's not a concert, you show up. So I was extremely inebriated on many different things to this, because for obvious reasons, I'm going to see John Carpenter live. But what he does is, and someone may have seen this before. Excuse me if it's redundant. He plays his own theme songs to montages of his own movies in this like cubed video installation. It's really weird and it's fantastic, but he gets up there, he's downstage center.
for the listener.
Yeah,
Downstage
I got
center.
that.
I pointed
That's
downstage
right
center.
here.
That's right here.
Right. And his band is behind him and his son plays guitar, I think. And then he's got a keyboard in front of him, standing, and he's like, "I'm John Carpenter. This is from a little movie called Big Trouble in Little China." Thank you. That's my John Carpenter. Does anyone do a John Carpenter?
And then
It might have been terrible. I don't really know what he sounds like. And then he proceeds to like ghoulishly play this weird old truck driver looking Dracula thing. And then they show a montage of
Are you sure you weren't just inebriated and
I know what he
imagining
means.
all of
Truck
this? You did
driver
preface the
slash
whole
Dracula.
thing by saying you were inebriated.
A perfectly sober person reported from the same concert was like, his harpsichord is
And then
cool.
some tentacles came down from the ceiling and
so
grabbed
weird.
my face.
That didn't happen. But the funniest thing about it, the reason I air bunnied quoted, what do you call it? Rabbit ears?
Airbud.
Air bunny.
Air Bunny.
Air Bud was a great movie.
Airbud was good.
Let's talk
See,
about
that's
that.
how we do segues.
Sorry. The whole thing was like 50 minutes long.
Oh, my God.
And after like 50 minutes, he stopped, and I was so messed up. I was like, I didn't even care. I was like, that was fun. But the thing about it was, I went over to the merch table, and the best part of the concert was, of course, I was so inebriated. I went over to the merch table, and he's got a merch table that's like the size of, and it's just something from every movie. And I was like, I need that. I need those They Live sunglasses, which are like $3,
Oh, that's awesome.
glasses that just say They Live on the side. I was like, I got to get those for $40.
But they work. That's the thing. Those sunglasses work.
They really don't.
No, you take them off.
Anyway, and the hoodie was bought at the merch table.
It's a
So end of my story.
That's how John Carpenter rolls.
He rolls at that speed. I
At
believe.
that
That's what it has.
speed. Well,
That's exactly how he
after
rolls.
50 minutes, God, you must really have broken out in a sweat.
I was wiped out. Actually, that was the night before The Punisher premiered,
Oh.
so that was kind of fun.
A little
of
Netflix,
segue.
Speaking of
Netflix
that,
TV show called The Punisher.
Interesting.
Marvel's The Punisher. Otherwise, they
Yeah, it's
they come and take you
Marvel's
away.
The Punisher.
Oh, thank God.
You worked for Marvel.
They'd run me over with the truck tires if I didn't call it Marvel's The Punisher each time. Like, I'm 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm laying cables down in a gutter in Chinatown filled with fish guts for Iron Fist or something like that. And somebody comes by, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, Netflix's Marvel's the Iron Fist.
The guy's
And then
like, "Go home, you're drunk."
Yeah, I would go
Stop
back to
pulling
my-
those cables out. You're gonna hurt yourself, kid.
Stop at the apostrophes.
Legend has it that on that job, the riggers, the guys who set up beforehand and pick up afterwards, watched rats die as they coiled the cable from rat poison that set out in the streets, but just on Iron Fist.
Have a great night,
Yeah,
everybody.
way to bring it down, huh, Michael?
What? Those rats were getting their punishment
Oh, yeah.
from the local scorekeepers.
Go home, Michael. Oh my gosh. Well, usually we have natural pauses. That was an unnatural pause.
It's not like some truck driver Dracula came down and
Hey, man, that's John Carpenter.
No, that's awesome.
Let him do
It's
his
like
thing.
this is an image.
You guys
that
should petition John Carpenter to do that show right here in Pensacon
What's
next
What's
year.
amazing about that John Carpenter concert was we're pretty convinced by the end we looked and his keyboard was not even plugged in.
That makes sense.
I was like, that's not plugged in. It's like in The Shining. It's like when you see The Shining finally, like 20 years later, like they're watching a television that's not plugged in.
Oh.
You guys notice that in The Shining?
Has anybody here seen The Shining?
The Shining?
Anybody?
Oh, yay,
Yeah,
The Shining.
If you go back and watch The Shining, if you don't know what I'm talking about, when Wendy and Danny are in the main room, like where I think Jack is writing his stuff. It's not the red room. No. It's they're in like the main ballroom, one of those ballrooms. They're watching television. I forget what's on the television. It's not plugged in, and that was not. I mean, that was 1970 or 1980, right, or something.
That's extra creepy.
But the point is, they're all going insane. They've all gone insane. In reality, they're watching nothing.
Right, because it's unplugged.
Amazing. Boy, that Stanley
Boy,
Kubrick was a genius.
How did that same TV make it to Poltergeist?
Weird.
How did that same TV end up in Poltergeist? Is my question. If it wasn't even plugged in.
I don't know, Michael. Ghost. Batteries.
Ghosts.
Movie magic. You know, one of those things.
Crazy.
There must have been a lot of movie magic on Netflix's Marvel's The Punisher.
On Marvel's Netflix's Punishers, there was a lot of.
There might be like special effects, people getting gun killed. What's the technical term? I guess shot with a gun.
Yeah. Squeegeed?
Squeegeed.
There's
That's what we call it.
There's
Super soaked.
There's people
Yeah.
dying from knives. There's bombs.
I wouldn't know about that.
There's bombs.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to talk about your.
I don't want to talk about the Punisher.
Your experience with
Talk about other
violence.
stuff.
It's a.
Okay.
It's what do you call it? It's something that we're quite sensitive to these days with Netflix's Marvel's World. Just like all crime takes place at night,
Yep.
and nobody's talking it out in any of these shows.
No, they're
Nobody's
just
saying-
going
nobody's
guns
saying, hey-
a-blazing.
Nobody's saying, "Hey, bad guys, stop. Let's talk
Drop
about."
and roll.
You see how well that worked?
Wait, the bad guys are on fire.
Stop, drop, and roll, yeah. Just in case anybody forgot in school. That's
no
what
one
you're
is-
supposed to do when you catch on fire. You stop, drop, and roll. This has been a PSA from Danny Tamborelli.
You
Thank you so
say
much.
no, then you go and you tell someone you trust. If someone tries to set you on fire. I don't know. I would like to
are we
see.
talking about?
I would like to
You
see a
lost me
superhero.
so hard.
I'd like to see a superhero convince bad guys not to be bad with the mind, like debate, reasoned debate.
Talk man. Speaky girl.
The chatter,
The chatterbox.
the banter. You know what I
He's
mean?
able
Like,
to take any person and bring them into a debate room with kids. You know what I mean? The debate team. You know what I'm talking about, guys.
oh, okay.
and then you talk it out.
That's what everyone wants on more Marvel shows. More talking.
We're talking.
I wouldn't know about that either. I did a lot of talking on my show.
a lot of Netflix Marvel characters are like shitty detectives, but not your character. Your character's more of a good detective.
Nor a detective, but that's
Not
cool.
a detective.
No, he was a Homeland Security agent.
Did he detect things?
He detected them in a way, so you could say he was more of a detector.
I feel like in
You're
all,
really helping him right now. You don't have to. You
I
don't have
oh
to.
no,
You don't
no,
have to.
idiot.
he's holding two hands.
Yeah. No. Yeah, he was a good. He was a good detective.
not like the rest of them.
No,
Who are you calling them?
all of them.
No, like these
Sherlock
crime.
Holmes?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was lame.
He sucked.
Never got up on time. Habitual. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not going to slag on.
I
I'm
feel
not
just
gonna
like that water bottle.
Yeah, I
sir.
lost
Just right face down on the ground.
and embarrassed for all of us.
Mostly embarrassed for all of us. Yeah.
But there's also bad cops in all of these Netflix Marvel shows, and they make the bad guys possible. It's like everybody's getting payoffs, and then bad guys go do what they want, and then all of a sudden they find like a dead cop. Like, oh, he's over there now. He was a bad cop. I was like, I really cared about that bad cop, and now he's gone. You killed this character. Thanks.
I thought you were talking about The Wire. That's how far gone I am right now.
Yeah.
I've never even said
I was just like, oh, that's The Wire.
You know, every podcast ends up with me admitting that I've never watched The Wire.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a bad move. That's a good show.
I'll do better.
I like the heckling of the character name. Good one, Big Pete.
It could be worse.
Yeah,
I could have never watched.
It absolutely could have been worse. You went easy on him.
Sure, you could have said something like, "Come on, Carrot Top."
Carrot tops are green. I said that my whole life. Anyone that said carrot top to a redhead is an idiot. Because carrot tops are green.
Come on, Ginger.
You know, you don't have to deal with stuff like that because you have such a nice normal color hair.
They didn't.
You know?
Normal?
Yeah. The redheads are freaks. Not really, but you know, the public perceives as such.
I think we're just happy to be who we are.
Did you call me here to like just be a therapist for the two? Do you guys need help?
Can
I work something out between you? You've been really mean to each other.
Hey, when in
like
Rome.
the last 10 minutes.
Okay.
What's the deal here? Break it down.
You should have been with us the rest of the day.
We can fix this. We can fix this.
Okay.
Mike, say one nice thing about me.
No, I'm supposed to say.
Oh,
Mike,
yeah,
say
sorry.
one nice thing about
Thank
Danny.
you. Thank you.
You don't have to talk for him, okay? He can talk for himself.
No. Shh. That's the anger talking now. Relax. Think of My Little Pony and then go. And then say the first thing comes out of your mouth. Say the first thing comes out of your mouth is what I just said. Do you like that?
I won't.
I would make a great therapist.
I won't say the first thing that comes into my mouth.
Why don't you use the puppet, Mike? Because this is also great podcast fodder for you listeners out there.
So Mike and Danny have now taken the tablecloth off of the table and using it as puppets on either end.
I think you have good comedic timing.
Thanks, Michael.
And a beautiful family. That was two things, so you owe me two.
Wow.
Danny, now say something nice about Mike. Or two things.
Okay. I really think that you're a smart guy. And I think that with...
Wait, I am or I'm not? You think I am? What do you mean you think I am?
I think you're a smart guy.
I'm sorry, I ruined it.
Yeah, let me have my time, okay? I think you're a smart guy, and I've known you for 29 years, but you do have to... I can't say two nice things. I gotta say one nice thing, which I just said, and I'm going to criticize a little bit. You gotta wash your socks more, man. I've known you for 29 years, and you've had smelly feet for all of them.
These are new shoes.
Well, that's not the shoes that are the problem, then, is it?
I've had these socks since I've known you. Since I met you.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, the whole time I was just thinking.
I'm just trying to get you to make fun of my great comedic timing, because, boy, that was funny. You know, you go to smelly feet joke, everybody laughs.
Can I take back what I said earlier?
I just wanted to undo all the good.
Use the term adventures. I don't know if that's really what this should be called.
But we're looking, we're adventures. It's aspirational.
Of Danny and Mike.
It's very aspirational. It's not.
No, we do. We go
maybe
on adventures.
Truncate that word as well, and then we've got it.
It's very in a different
aspy.
place. We're in Pensacola together. This is an adventure. We didn't fly on the Slame plane. I have not even been drinking yet. So I don't know what's happening.
So you're in for something tonight, people.
But come find me at McGuire's later. Wow,
I heard that place is good.
I hear that place is good.
We were tempted into an inflatable raft earlier by the cast of Land of the Lost.
That's true.
You can't.
So that was an adventure. Yeah, we're in the same room as the guys from Land of the Lost. And
Hello,
Lady too.
Adventure Town. You're here.
Yeah.
It's here.
That's
so the
cool.
adventure thing stands. It's just the way that we talk to each other. But that's not
Understood.
because it means we care about each other so much that we can speak like this to each other in front of a room full of strangers. Because
Have them think that we hate each other. This is
But
bad.
that's not
This is
true.
bad.
They know it's not true. It's all fun and games.
I'd like to take back that one thing though, the nice part.
Why?
Because you were like, your feet smell.
Yeah, but you said it had nothing to do with being nice. You said I had good comedic timing and a nice family. Such a blanket. Oh, you got a good family.
Wait, they went from beautiful to nice. I said it was a beautiful family, right? Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Fact checkers, travel.
The degradation of your words.
You know how much it was to pay for a plane ticket for fact checkers from New York to come to Pensacola?
About $337 if you took Spirit Airlines. Because you had to still get a check bag, and they cost a lot of money on that stupid airline.
Ooh, Danny.
No? You've never flown it?
Spirit?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Can't make him.
I flew Spirit once. It wasn't as bad as everything.
Can I just say the word spirit shouldn't be in an airline?
Yeah.
It just doesn't
Spirit
ring
Airlines.
well.
We take you to the top of the world.
Yeah, Spirit Airlines. It's an out-of-body experience.
Fly in the clouds with Spirit Airlines forever.
Come back. You'll come back a spirit.
Transcend air travel with...
Yeah.
No.
I flew on Spirit, and it wasn't as bad as everyone told me it was going to be. And then the next day, there was like some riot that happened in Fort Lauderdale. It was just at Spirit Airlines.
Of course it was.
And then because I had just taken a flight, like they got my email address, the next day they were like, "Hey, fly to Fort Lauderdale. We'll give you 25% off." I was like, "You guys just had a riot in that place."
Oh, my God.
So
Was it a bikini riot?
So
What
I got
kind of
2
riots
tickets to
happening?
Fort Lauderdale because they were 25% off. Why not?
What type of riot happened in Fort Lauderdale?
I think they
I
had
can't
problems.
pronounce Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale.
As a New Yorker, I am physically incapable of
Fort.
pronouncing.
Just say it like a New Yorker. Fort.
Oh, it's Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale. I don't want to say that.
That's how everyone in Fort Lauderdale says it because they're all from New York.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
You like that? That was pretty quick.
That
Wow.
was pretty good.
Thanks for the thumbs up.
It's true.
You need local flavor.
Oh, yeah. Like your scintillating sock comment was...
No. I was saying that it is
Jeez.
true.
Yeah, but nobody
I thought you were being
backed up on
sarcastic.
socks.
Well, then I
Look,
take it
there's-
back.
There's so much sarcasm on this stage that
Jeez,
nobody can
I'm
even
not
tell if
being
someone's being
sarcastic.
nice or not. What's happening to us, people?
We're coming
What's happening in this world?
We're coming
Gosh.
apart at the seams, and it's not right. It's like an old raft from Land of the Lost, going over a waterfall.
Marvel's the land of the lost.
Marvel's the land of the lost.
Marvel's Netflix is the Land of the Lost of Marvel.
So there are many positives about being in the same room with the people from Land of the Lost, and also a couple negatives. And
I
the
can't think of any negatives.
No? Oh, we've heard the Land of the Lost song about 150 times.
You heard the
today.
chorus from me because I know it, and it's just the words "Land of the Lost."
Yeah.
I don't know any of the other words of the song.
They also when you take a picture in the raft with them, they want you to be energized so you can take a good picture, and I think that's really nice. They want to give the people, the nice experience.
But
they make them yell. So we're sitting there like trying to talk to somebody, and you just hear, "Okay, and now let's pretend we're going over the waterfall."
It's
and that
more.
also happened about 150 times.
It's like a
today.
it's like a
between
10
the hours of
second.
1 p.m. and 6:15. 5.5 hours. That's a lot.
Dan's got some high cortisol levels. We're very stress hormone friendly today.
My cortisol levels?
Cortisol levels, yeah.
Do you know what cortisol levels are?
No, I played a doctor on TV once, but it was...
But that's it?
Yeah, that's not in real life.
Did you have to say any specific information?
I would believe it.
Like a staph infection, but you were pronouncing it a different way?
It was 1900. I had to say a lot of things that I could not repeat unless I memorized the hell out of them.
So you did the Knick.
No, it was another... Yeah, that was a show.
It was the Knick.
Yeah.
Is there any humans on that show that have normal facial hair? Because all I saw was trailers, and they're all like, they look like the Grinch,
I had a full-on just beard.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was fun.
You were believable doctor with or without a beard.
Thanks, man.
I would.
Appreciate that.
Because you told me not to do...
Would you sit in Michael's waiting room?
No, he told me not to do cannibalism before. Anybody with clear moral imperatives like that, don't eat other humans.
Yeah.
Would I sit in his waiting room? I would watch the waiting room channel in his doctor waiting room.
Oh, yeah. Michael...
I had a $1 billion idea a while
we call
back.
this a $1 billion idea
It's the
section
waiting
of our
room
podcast. So what happens on the waiting room channel? Why don't you explain it to Michael, because I've heard it too many effing times.
No, you haven't. You never let me get through it.
Truth.
What do they play? They play ads for medicine, right? And then Is that it? You're not backing me up
What
on this.
waiting room are you talking
Just
about?
any
He has
ads
this,
for
he has-
medicine.
well, okay,
Any
That
so-
sounds like a
waiting room.
Black Mirror
All right,
waiting
no,
room.
hold on. Let's pose this a different way and
Let's
get
do this
Michael's
properly,
opinion,
yeah.
okay?
Okay.
You
usually
look.
Fox
Here's the
News in
deal.
the waiting room.
Here's the deal.
That thing's
Netflix
bullshit.
Marvel has a new TV channel that's coming out. Okay, it's called Netflix Marvel's Waiting Room Channel. What do you program it with?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
A cyber
I'm
doctor.
telling you. Let's figure this
defeating-
out right now. You're sitting in a waiting room. Your audience are the people that
How
are waiting.
meta is this show? I'm confused. You're watching people watching other things in a waiting room?
It could be.
And we have an audience
It's
here.
whatever
so.
you
Or it's
want
a
it to
wait.
be.
It's kind of like this pod. This is what it is.
Yeah, it's whatever it is.
Someone's listening to someone watching, to someone talking about watching, about talking, about watching.
This sounds like
someone
a
else in a
Sondheim
room.
musical now, actually.
Well, no, it's the you know who does the score for the waiting room channel?
Who does?
John Carpenter. Come on,
Boom.
That was an
That's
easy one.
That's called a Harold.
that's it.
Right, isn't it? Or something.
Well done. Well done. I could.
yeah.
I see like
Someone is watching in the waiting room, and the waiting, and the watching, and the watching, and the waiting, and the Marvel, and the watching. and the
you would watch
waiting.
like what botched operations. What would you see?
Botched operations in a waiting room. You don't want to do that. You'd lose the audience.
No, on the
that's
channel.
ridiculous.
On the
No,
channel.
it's just the doctor inside. He's like, whoops.
Whoops.
Yeah. Next time.
Whoops.
Yeah, I thought the waiting room channel would be better than putting Fox News on the waiting room or
The
whatever.
waiting room channel.
Yeah,
I'm
just for doctors, dentists. I've recently become acquainted with a new kind of waiting room, and that's the oil lube and car wash waiting room where the guys.
Oh,
do
thank
your
God.
car.
Thank
God.
Thank you for
Thank God.
clarifying that.
Thank
I
God he
think-
said car.
Boy,
Thank God he said
everybody
car
in
really
this
fast.
room was like, "Oh my God, where is he going with
Oh, the one child that was
Please,
here already
God.
left. So
Yes,
that was.
that's
I
true.
thate it was like he's like saw the child walk out and he was like, "All right,
right,
time to
and
talk
this is
about
talk about
lube.
lube, man.
It's the
Waiting
lube
room-
hour."
And this waiting room has one of those massage chairs that I have never been brave enough
this?"
to get
Okay,
into.
now we're veering back into the road we thought
because
was.
I'm thinking like what guy or gal goes to get their oil change and says, "I'm tense. Let's kill this time with a massage chair." So I mean, there's always sports on and whatever, but I really think
and all
that
the coffee you can drink.
I know I didn't get close enough to it to see if it was like the one you had to put a quarter in, like a jukebox.
Wait a second. There's a quarter cup of coffees.
No, massage chairs.
Oh.
That's a.
I think you were in I think you were in a motel
I'm
and
about to
you're
say
talking
different
about magic
location,
fingers. You're
different object.
So I think that this car wash oil change place could use
a waiting room station.
a waiting room channel. Yeah. Other than,
I mean, it's so large because you can do it for anything that you have to wait for. That's what's so cool about it.
Okay, so I think there would be ads for doctors, and there would be hopefully maybe some documentaries about successful surgeries. I think you could do
You're turning me around now.
personal.
Keep going.
Okay, so personal injury
No, not for
lawyers,
you.
personal injury
So
lawyer
on
commercials.
planes, should they just show like planes landing safely instead of in-flight entertainment? Like, who needs
well,
movies?
It wouldn't be a
or-
bad
that's
idea,
easy.
Michael.
Just.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, you have two twin.
yeah.
He's got children, people.
Oh, Michael, you have children? Wow.
And I didn't use any lube.
You have two twin girls. have you flown with them?
Oil in my car to
you-
go to the store.
Have you been on an airplane with your
get to
children
the
and been that
hospital.
guy?
No, well, I'll tell you, my kids are awesome flyers.
Yes.
I got lucky. I just got lucky. Of course, we get the obligatory, like, you walk in the plane, you
and
get,
they're like, do people really do that? Do they really look at you and do
Those
that?
are what your kids do, or those what other people do?
No,
that's
it's
what I do.
people- Oh, you do it?
that's me looking at other people.
Then your two kids put the
No, no, no.
boombox on and start doing Showtime like it's a
Yeah,
subway
yeah, yeah.
train,
Here's
and
it.
they're just like they're doing the dance.
How
They're doing
annoying
the
is that, by the way? That is the most annoying thing.
You don't have a problem with Showtime? I don't know. You know what? It's changed. It's a city kid.
I like that you
city
call it
kid,
Showtime.
City kid for a long time, right? So have ridden the subways in New York City for a long time, and we've seen our share of
It used to be worse.
of entertainment. Sure, there's been all kinds of entertainment,
yeah.
but maybe this latest development, because of the new subway design, there's all these like railings you can hang from.
Yeah,
and
so these guys are doing
handles
Cirque du
and-
Soleil to hip hop music in the subways. But I always feel like I'm going to get kicked in the face.
Yes,
I'm like, it hasn't probably happened yet, but I am the guy to get kicked in the face.
Oh yeah, there's a.
And then I'm on New York One. New York One. Anyone?
How else am I
Pensacola,
gonna
get New York One? in
Anybody?
The same thumbs up guy, man.
I
He's
love that
crushing
guy.
it.
I love
You're
that
crushing
guy.
it.
He must.
Crushing it with that guy.
It is showtime.
Sure. It is showtime.
Sure, absolutely. My kids are good flyers.
That's
Well,
all
good.
I needed
Can
to know.
you-
Because
They don't kick the back of the seat.
No,
that's great.
we put headphones on them and we give them
You give them
devices.
iTablets.
Yeah, we drug them. Just whack them over the head with like in Full Metal Jacket, like the soap and the sock, and just whack right on their right in the soft tissue on
You
their
make
heads.
sure you make sure to do it to the people who are walking by, giving you that dirty look.
Yeah,
and then
what?
Then they give the thumbs up. All right, they're out.
Believe me,
They're out.
you
I'm
whack your kid in the
softening
head
him up
with,
for you. Yeah, just
nobody gives you a dirty look
This is
after
for
that
everyone.
once you whack your
Wow.
kid in the head with soap and a
Well,
sock.
here's the thing. I was on a flight with parents that had 2 young children, and I think it was their first flight. And the mother walked around down the aisle on both sides and handed out like lollipops.
Oh, that's nice.
listen.
like-
Look at who flies
just
on
like-
a plane
and
with
she-
2
she walked by and
aisles.
she was like, "Here, suck
Yeah,
that."
no,
Mr.
yeah, she
Mr.
should've- she
Rocket
should've been
fellow
like,
with his
suck it.
2-aisle
I'm bringing him on the
plane.
plane. Suck it.
Suck it. My
But
kids
she
are
was
on your
being real
plane.
nice about it. Like,
Suck it.
I'm really sorry. They could. They
Okay,
might
it's
be
fun-
loud.
no.
They might be loud. Here's a sucker.
My kid's colicky. Suck on this. My kid's colicky. He's colicky. Suck
Amazing.
on this. You use all these new vocabulary you could
Oh my gosh.
utilize.
No, you're supposed to buy people drinks around you. When you bring babies or little kids on a plane, the rule of thumb is you're supposed to buy, like, you turn around, you're like, "I'm so sorry. Round of drinks on me." You lean forward. "I'm so sorry. Round of drinks on me."
Wow, I've never-
And across the aisle. "I'm so sorry. Round of drinks on me." And then the person in the rows like next to you, in front of them, they're like, "What about me?" He's like, "No, you can suck it."
Here's a lollipop.
Here's a
You can
lollipop. Suck it.
So basically, in
But you do the
like
drinks.
a chess like king's move in every
Correct.
direction, but the knight move they can go f themselves.
Right. The knight can suck it. That was a really intricate little puzzle.
Yeah,
I have never been
Jesus.
like extended that courtesy, but now I'm gonna take my chances and try and get. Could we switch seats so I'm sitting closer to the kid?
right.
I want to get in the drink. I want to get in
You
the
have
drink
people-
radius.
That's so funny. You have people that are like,
Yeah.
instead of being like, "Can I move?" Because
No,
there's a
they'll
baby
trade
there. They're like,
in.
"Hey, can I sit
They'll
there? We're
trade
gonna
in.
get a free
Drinks are
drink out of
expensive
this."
on planes.
I want to get into the splash radius at this SeaWorld. Like these 2 rows will definitely get splashed
Yeah.
on all sides. Oh,
Yeah.
modern.
Oh my goodness.
Can you remember when, back when us kids were flying and we were just given like newspapers because there weren't any tablets back
Yeah,
then?
uh-huh.
Like here.
Would you like a USA Today, kid?
Yeah. No, I don't want the USA Today.
There's no comics in the USA Today. I don't want it.
it. Reading the money section. Section D.
Doonesbury again?
You just said there were no comics.
Oh,
I love
know, but it was a
Doonesbury.
different. It was. I was.
I
already
love Doonesbury,
I
by
was
the
looking
way.
at a different because I said no to the USA Today and yes to the Sunday
Chicago
Times.
Remember,
Tribune.
kids, say no to USA Today.
Just like looking at their graphs. They have lots of good graphs.
Oh
from
man,
USA
the
Today.
graphics department, they know what they're good for. It's like the Reader's Digest of
Yeah,
newspapers,
they're also
right?
the same people that made Trivial Pursuit. That was a joke. Anywho, well, that's our time. Oh, nope, we got 8 minutes left. Sorry, not our time yet.
Okay. You want to do our version of Layla?
What?
That's a good 8 minutes, right?
Yes, here's a
song?
montage.
Yeah.
Like a cover of Layla?
Yeah, Derek and the Dominoes
Nice,
Layla.
nice. Hey, I just saw that Eric Clapton documentary.
I thought you were going to
Is
say
he
just heard
alive?
Eric Clapton died.
No, there's a great Eric Clapton documentary. That's a really interesting story. The Layla story is fascinating. Let's not talk about that for 8
the
minutes.
Layla story is fascinating.
Yeah, but there's this great Eric Clapton documentary called 12 Bars. I just watched it. It's
He's
fascinating.
not so great.
He is not so great. He had a rough patch in
That's
his
a
life.
Homer Simpson
Yeah,
indicator,
When you
man.
get to learn
12
about
bars.
his childhood and what happened to him, he had a dark childhood, like seriously dark,
Well,
like painfully dark. But then he had
now you're making me feel bad for
No.
prejudging Slow Hands.
Was he-
no,
Sorry.
but I thought he was. He
He's
justifies
overrated.
some-
Overrated guitar player.
Ooh, that's
Sorry,
rough.
I'll say it. I'll say it. He's
Jimi
good.
Hendrix didn't
He's
think
good.
so.
He's good, but he's a little overrated.
Wow.
Can I just say the Cream is the greatest rock band that ever
I
was?
will agree with you, but that's because of Jack Bruce and Ginger Baker.
No,
Ginger Baker
I can't say
especially.
it.
Ginger Baker.
I'm not allowed to. It's called an opinion.
Well, Blind Faith. Let's just go down the classic rock road right now for another 7 minutes and 21 seconds.
Is anybody here? I will not stop in my campaign. Is anybody here close with Stephen Merchant, the British actor who was in The Office and stuff like that? You must be.
I auditioned for I got to audition for Stephen Merchant. I auditioned for a show that he was doing, and then I was one of like 5 or 6 actors he flew to New York to meet in person because he was going to play opposite this person in this thing he was TV show.
He's really tall.
He's like gargantuanly tall. He's like the tallest person ever. But I got to like be in a room with him and like improv with him for like 20 minutes, and I made him laugh a bunch of times. I didn't get the part, but I consider that a personal victory in my life that like I made Stephen Merchant laugh.
That is an awesome story.
In like a one-on-one improv. That was.
That's also when you clap too.
Thank you very much.
I think Stephen Merchant.
No lube.
I don't know if Stephen Merchant
Didn't
has
use
a
any.
kid, but we can assume that he had a child.
I think you're telling me that he died or something.
No. If anybody's
Jesus.
close to
Yes,
Stephen
Eric
Merchant,
Clapton and
I
Stephen
want him.
Merchant died today.
That was the segue. Oh, he's Stephen Merchant.
They were both in a plane.
I want him to
with
play
a baby,
Spirit
with a
Airlines.
screaming baby on Spirit Airlines.
No, I just wish he would play Ginger Baker in a movie about cream. I just want to make a movie.
I can play Ginger Baker because
There's
I'm
a
Ginger.
scary ass documentary with Ginger Baker called
Beware, Mr. Baker. That's a good documentary.
And that guy you're like,
Wait.
this guy probably released the dogs on the crew when he didn't recognize them coming towards his house.
He also lied about saying that he was the one that came up with the "Sunshine of Your Love" drums, which he didn't.
Who did?
Tom Dowd, the producer.
Wow.
And Tom Dowd says he did it. Ginger Baker says he did it. Tom Dowd's dead.
And no one cared.
Yeah,
And no
this
one
is just
cared.
not affected. This has not changed anybody's
Sorry.
life
And
at
everyone was
all.
like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it
you
means
just
something
put-
to me,
can you just put
particularly
it on?
because you said Cream was the greatest rock and roll band.
They are though. They are the greatest. He's the greatest rock drummer of all time.
God, I disagree with that too.
Not a popular.
Again.
Guy in the second row, we can't agree about
Who,
Eric
John
Clapton,
Bon-
but
John
we can
Bonham?
agree
You're
about
gonna say John Bonham,
anything.
Keith Moon.
There you go.
True.
I know. That's the trifecta. It's Ginger Baker, Keith Moon, and John Bonham, and the debate will.
But
rage
who's
for
alive
centuries.
still?
Yeah, Mr. Baker, man. He's
So maybe only the good die young.
yeah.
Oh.
Are we
And
playing
Billy
the Billy
Joel-
Joel
and Billy
game?
Joel
We're
is
not
still
playing the
here.
Billy Joel game.
do a
We're
Billy
not
Joel
playing.
game?
I don't have a Billy Joel game. I don't like Billy Joel. I used to a long time ago. I saw them. I saw Billy Joel.
Them.
I saw Billy Joel on New Year's.
How many of them?
Well,
did you
Billy
see?
I've
and
seen 'em
Joel,
all.
they were
Billy
both
and his
there.
clones.
I've seen Fat Billy Joel and I've seen Bald Billy Joel, and then I've seen Fat Bald Billy Joel.
But never in the same
But
room
never
at the
in the
same
same
time.
room together.
No.
And
And
I've
I
never
saw
seen
Fat Bob Billy Joel down the block here. Sorry.
Whoa.
Man.
Wow.
Really?
You just
It's
lost
a
it.
comedy show.
Listen.
This is a new
Listen.
Comic-Con venue
So
with the
in
invisible
New
chicken
York,
wire
here's the
in
deal.
front of us.
I still drive my car in the city, and I listen to regular radio. And because Billy Joel is from New York, they play Billy Joel on the radio.
He's like
incessantly.
he's like the Jimmy Buffett of New York.
Stop! It's the Jimmy Buffett of New York. Yes,
that what you're
that's
saying?
a good one, Margarita Man, Ville, whatever.
I've been called worse.
Fruitcake. That's
could
also a Billy Joel. Jimmy Buffett. Jimmy Buffett, Billy Joel. Say that 3 times fast. I dare you.
I won't because you'll summon them both.
Right. That we can't have
and
that.
I can't afford that
And
story-
some will
guarantee.
end up getting
Look,
cocksacky.
It's a long story short is that I try very hard to turn off Billy Joel when he comes on the radio, and I have a 3-second buffer where if I hear something like "Bam, bam, na, na, na," when I turn it off, right?
You're not dropping a spoonful of food onto the ground. It's a radio. You know what
Doesn't
I mean?
matter. I have to get rid of it. But the Billy Joel
The
wins when I
5-second
start
rule
singing
doesn't-
along. No, because if it comes on and I start going, damn it, Billy!
It's a
And then I have
gateway
to turn-
drug.
Yeah, it's one of those things because I still kind of like it, and I don't want to. So I'm like, it's my Billy Joel conversion therapy.
Aversion therapy.
Oh my
Aversion
God.
therapy.
I think Billy Joel's great.
Once again, Dan, you are outnumbered
It's
on this
okay.
stage, and I think the Danny, Mike, and Mike show would be.
Well, the adventures of Michael and Michael can happen because you both live in Williamsburg. So
Yeah, we'll start our own.
This is not
We
bad.
could do a dad podcast.
Oh, it was
out of
Dad
it.
Pod.
Dadcast?
Dad pods.
I brought my Dad Pod with me. Actually, I couldn't leave that at home.
Yeah. It's never leaving me.
No.
It's just on me forever.
Is that what happens? I And I don't have any kids yet.
Yeah,
What's
how
gonna
many
happen
kids
to
do
me?
you have?
What the hell's gonna happen to me?
No, really. How many? You look like you got about 4 kids.
Hey, that's the first. That's the first fat joke of the night, Michael. See, you get one. That's
I think I did pretty well holding my breath for 43 minutes. And
You should talk a lot for holding your breath for 43 minutes. Jesus.
it's one of my many superpowers. You can see I tried the talking, reasoning with criminals with logic and stuff like that. And I just got knocked out a bunch of times. So now I hold my breath and do ventriloquism.
Michael, do you have any plugs?
You must.
Other than hair.
No. It's all my hair.
It's all your hair. Okay.
It's all real.
It's all
Just
mine.
checking.
Plugs.
You got a Twitter handle. You got an Instagram.
Yeah, I'm gonna be at Pensacon.
You know what? When the people hear this, Pensacon will already.
It'll just be a pleasant memory.
Okay. Yeah, I got
Pensacon 2019.
Everybody.
Oh, bringing it back.
Oh God.
Oh, God.
Way to bring it down, sir.
We're in a church, old movie theater church. So
Marvel's old theaters, movies, church.
Marvel's Netflix's church.
Old theaters, movies, church.
So there could be just sort of old voices bouncing around the eaves in here and the rafters. There's both.
All right, I'm going to plug my stuff now. Be quiet.
Yeah. Thank you.
I was waiting.
Well, I everyone come follow me on Instagram, Michael_Nathanson, and Twitter is M_Nathanson1, because there was a lot of Michael Nathansons apparently, and they all screwed me.
Bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got a bunch of writing projects in the works. I got a TV pilot we're pitching around about, one guess, Dads in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay, Brooklyn Dads.
Yeah, Brooklyn Dads, which is kind of fun, and so we're looking forward to hopefully going to make that at some point. And movie I'm working on, and other movies, and just did a Madam Secretary, and was on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel this season, and maybe next season possibly, and
This guy.
other things, and auditioning, and blah, 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 blah,
Oh,
blah.
can you plug the auditions that you'll be going on?
Let's see. Ooh, I can.
Catch me on.
No, yeah.
Verizon,
So, I don't know if you guys know what
Cox.
pilot season is a very intense thing for actors. We go through like a billion auditions. All the networks are auditioning for all their new pilots.
I lose all the skin on my body.
How's
every
your
time I listen.
pilot season going?
It's like kill me. So, but of course, I get an audition today that I have to put on tape.
Today.
Self tape for Monday, and it's the reboot of Magnum PI.
Ooh.
And which character am I auditioning for?
Totally
Rick.
Higgins.
He's got it. I'm auditioning to be the new Rick on the new what? Is it really? I didn't watch every episode.
They'll change.
Well-
don't worry. They'll change his name.
Yeah, probably.
You know what, Michael, you didn't get was that second email that was a non-disclosure agreement that you just broke, and you are totally not getting the part.
No, it's cool. I'm not getting the part anyway. That's why I'm talking about it. 'Cause I care less.
By the time this comes out, they will have released the show.
Yeah, I will be on. So I'm going to be on Magnum PI next year is what I'm saying. It's going to be awesome. They are remaking. I also auditioned for this pilot season, The Greatest American Hero remake
Ralph.
for the Robert Culp part.
Oh.
He's now like a younger guy.
Brooklyn Dad.
Brooklyn Dad. No. Yeah, anyway, the new Greatest American Hero is an Indian woman. And the new Tom Selleck Magnum PI is a Hispanic man. And that's what they're doing. They're just like remaking shows and then changing races and genders and being like, look, we're Hollywood. We're so clever. How about something original?
Let's come up with
Yeah.
some new shows, guys.
We will, and we'll
It's
hold
killing
that
me.
for another podcast because we'll
What is
bring
it?
Michael back.
Will you?
Yeah,
Really?
we'll bring you back.
Wow.
Only because you're local.
convinced.
We're running out of all the local people
I should
in
hope
New
that you
York
bring me
we
back
know.
to my own podcast. It would be very weird if you didn't. Thank you.
Oh, you meant him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for coming out
Well,
tonight.
yeah, thank you
Whoops.
guys so
This
much.
is Daniel Tamborelli, and
Yep, that's Michael C. Morona.
you
And
guys
this-
is Michael
Nathanson.
Nathanson.
Yes.
Yes.
His
And-
dad, his mom's maiden name was underscore, so they.
Right.
That's right. And my dad took all the other social media handles.
But thank you guys so much, and thanks to Pensacon. You guys, Pensacon's crazy, man. You guys are awesome.
2018,
I
y'all.
have not experienced such fandom.
In such a church before.
Yes. Indeed. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Adventures of Danny and Mike stars Danny Tamborelli and Michael C. Marone. The show is produced by Jeremy Bailey. For more information on the guys, visit our website at DannyandMike.com. Also, look us up on Twitter at Danny and Mike with the and spelled out, and on Facebook at Facebook.com/The Adventures of Danny and Mike. Thanks for listening.